BowmanDigitalMedia.com. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of 8 is Enough. I'm Ira Bowman. This is my wife, Alicia Bowman. And we're happy to have you here with us today in this rainy, where are we? Did we move to Seattle? No, we're still here.
It's not that rainy.
We're still here in LA. And 8 is Enough is the official name of the show, but I think we all know it's actually Strive for 9. So there you go. Strive for 9. What is this show? What is this all about? Alicia, why don't you tell everybody?
Why do you always do that to me?
I don't know.
You like to put me on the spot.
Fun, and Bonnie's trying to win brownie points. She's saying you look great.
Oh, thanks. So yeah, actually, I was thinking I need a haircut. But,
yeah, me too.
Yeah. So we're here, and we're going to talk about business to business sales and marketing, business to consumer sales and marketing. Specifically, in my realm is direct sales and MLM. And we're also just here to talk about shenanigans and we're going to have a little story from the past and whatever else comes about, I guess.
We like shenanigans, but I can't spell it, so you're just going to have to. There you go. All right. So business to business and marketing. Sales. So business to consumer, business to business, sales and marketing. We talk about both. So today, I actually just got off a call with Sam Gupta and all the folks at WBS Rocks. There was over 30 people, I think, on that call. So I was on it for quite a while. In fact, in full disclosure, I just jumped off like 10 minutes ago. I gotta go because I gotta get ready for my show. But we were talking about ERP at the end. And ERP is something that I was not familiar with, honestly, I'm sorry, I forgot to change that to say Ira and Alicia. So it just says Ira Bowman Digital Media. My bad.
Just start over. This is not going to work for me.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I didn't get my bowl of only green M&Ms either. So.
Yeah. If you guys don't get that, then anyways, our life is about movies. So here we go. We're talking about ERP. What is ERP? Enterprise Resource Planning is what that stands for. I wanted that in the print business. I never had it. And I was talking to Sam. He goes, we don't really call on print shops because they need really specialty stuff and it's just not worth the headache. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I didn't have it right there. So anyways, if you want to talk about CRMs or ERPs, we could do that too. I'm probably going to have, how many pairs of glasses do I own? Well, right now I own 4, full disclosure. Got them all right here. So hang on.
I have more than them. But
I know.
I don't wear them all the time.
But she also wears the ones you can buy at the drugstore, right? So they're a little easier to buy. But I have white. These are my signatures. And then I have blue. These are the ones everybody seems to like the best, right? But I like the white better. So there you go. So I've got blue. Nice, right? And then these ones, in full disclosure, I've never actually worn on the show before because they're supposed to be like my wife's cheaters, but they're a prescription. So these are inspired by the Oakland A's. That's where this comes from.
I don't think I've ever seen those.
They're supposed to
When did you get those?
A while ago. Green and gold. They're green and gold. I like glasses, people. What do I want to do? And then these have my names on them, if you can see. Ira Bowman.
In case you forget who you
In
are.
case you forget who you're talking to when you're talking to me. So there you go, Bonnie. And that's the kind of crap that we talk about in the show. Yeah, I love the blue. I did a graphic. I could probably find it. I did a fun contest one day. I said white or blue or red or blue was one of the. Anyways, I did a contest and the blue won hands down. So if I was trying to be like a model or something, I guess I would wear the blue ones.
You're not going to model?
No, we're not ever going to be supported by my.
Like when you were taking those pictures the other day, and you said, "I'm taking pictures of this husband and wife models." I said, "Oh, like us, huh?"
Yeah.
This bodybuilder.
If you saw my photo session from the beach a couple weeks ago, you'll know what I'm talking about. Devin George is his name. If you want to look him up, he's like shredded. I mean, he had no fat. So I'm there at the beach. They're getting ready for the shoot. They're basically taking their clothes off. Not fully naked, y'all. Just, beach attire. And I went from being hungry because I'm fat and I like to eat to not being hungry because I looked at this guy going, I should probably do something about my fluffiness. Anyways, yeah.
We could be fluffy together.
Yeah, we could be fluffer together. Yeah, Gracie, blue, right? This is what everybody tells me. Blue it is. If you guys have a question for the show, like Bonnie did, how many glasses do you have? Go ahead and put them in, and we will stop everything and answer it. Why? Mainly because the show's not scripted. Now, we have a few things that we do each and every show. We're going to tell a story. We usually do that at about the 45-minute mark, in case you're curious. So usually we do that there. I have we do MLM tips. Did you say MLM? We do that. So MLM, Sensi Business is the MLM that my wife is a part of officially. I'm a part of it too, but it's in like name only, right? My wife is 50% business owner of Bowman Digital Media, but the only thing she does is yell at me for buying new toys. She does, literally. She's like, "Do you really need that?"
That's not yelling. That's not yelling.
I know, but that's how I hear it.
I question.
That's fine. I gotta have somebody to keep me grounded. That's my wife, right? She helps rein me back a little bit. Not really, but that's the theory.
I gave up on that a long time ago.
That's the theory behind it, anyways. Ira, do you really need to spend $1,500 on a new drone? I don't know if needs really the word, but yeah. And it's funny. So my brother, they're not married. Okay, his boyfriend, significant other, life partner, whatever you want to call him. Anyways, he's my bookkeeper, and so I asked him. I'm like, okay, there's a drone I want. It flies 83 miles an hour. Can I afford it? Basically, do I need a write-off? Is what I was really asking him. And he goes, yeah, buy it. Like, my bookkeeper said it's okay, so obviously it's okay. I'm impressed. Hey, Dennis! That's an old picture. First and foremost, that's from like the 70s. But Dennis is one of my buddies. Like, he and I worked together very briefly. We worked together, but we more worked like as a vendor relationship. He worked for Canon. Mike James, remember Mike James?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Mike James introduced me to Dennis Golding. And anyways, Dennis is doing good. He's working for another vendor now. But anyways, he worked for Canon. He worked for Thomas Printworks. And anyways, so Dennis, I know. Thank you, Dennis. I've been working on building this media empire. I got laid off from ARC. I don't know if you know the story, but I got laid off in, well, technically June. I was furloughed in May. Anyways, I started my own business, Bowman Digital Media. So here we are doing what I do now, social media. So hi, Dennis. He's out in Texas. So anyways, he's up in the Dallas
We
area.
need to go back to Texas. I have a lot of people saying we need to go visit Texas.
Visit or move?
No, just I'm not up to moving.
Either. I'm tired. It's a lot to move, y'all.
I'm not up to the day, yet alone move right now.
Ask me after we file our taxes if I want to move. And that answer might change. I might want to move back to Vegas or Texas or someplace that doesn't have state income tax, but that's a whole nother conversation. I love you too, bro.
Then you'll be telling me how we need to have more kids, right, for the write-offs.
Write-offs, baby.
Write-offs.
Wait,
Because that helps us save money. Really.
Wait for it. Here it is. Oh, Strive for 9. That's what that is. We get the name of the show because my wife and I have a fun banter about how many kids we should have. And I have a hashtag Strive for 9. She hit me back with 8 is enough. And that's why this face, which in full disclosure, my wife is not a fan of this face. Hang on a second. I'm going to pull this up, right? So that face right there is not something that my wife is about, but I am all about it because when she says, when she says 8 is enough, I'm like, okay, grumpy. You know what I mean? Like usually I'm the grumpier one. I'm just a full disclosure in our relationship. I'm the grumpy one. She's the happier one. But in this particular topic, I'm like, yeah, baby, strive for 9. And she's like, no, 8 is enough. She's like, we can have grandbabies. That's her stock answer now. We can have grandbabies. You just got to wait a couple more years. Maybe. We'll see.
No pressure to any of our children that aren't married.
Well, we have a 21-year-old and we also have a 6-year-old. And we have pretty much every number in between because there's 8 of them, right? So,
but, I mean, come on. In all honesty, there are times that I say, oh.
No, I know. And that's what gives me false hope.
But then reality.
She doesn't mean it.
It's like,
she really does. She really doesn't mean it. In full disclosure, sometimes I touch her. She's like, ow. And I'm like, I just barely touched you. She's not as young as she is.
I got some health issues though.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's probably more than people want to know about us.
Well, and he could just like touch me, not like touch me in case.
That's what I meant. I didn't have the 70s porn music going or nothing. Like, you know, hey, baby. Anyways, where are we going this Friday? We are off the rails. Somebody save us. Do you have a question for the show? You want to know something about marketing? You know, I want to do something a little bit different. I don't show off a lot of Bowman digital media stuff here, but I'm kind of excited about a website that I'm making for my buddies over at it's West Bay Corporate. They're known as West Bay FG Financial Group, but I've been making this site, so I'm going to share my screen real quick. I just want to show this because if you're curious, like, what does Ira actually do? My wife,
none of us really know.
Sometimes I wonder if my wife even knows what I do. But anyway, so I built out this website, and I'm kind of proud of it. So it turns to color. You can hit this, and it takes you to different pages. So I've got this video. I'm going to tell you that loading this video in the background should have been simple. It was the most difficult thing to do in this website build so far. I guess I should get rid of the Dropbox. But anyways, I have other stuff happening here too. So, but the services, and then so like, you know, it's got the shading and the icon popovers. Yeah, and the theme, this was red, and I was like, how am I going to change that to their blues? But I figured it all out. So anyways, I started with the theme. You know, I didn't build it from scratch. Some people look down on me for that, but it helps me save the client's money. I built this basically in just a couple days. So I'm proud of it. Anyways, I've got to get this turned on. Never mind that. It's not done yet. There's an API key I got to get turned on. But anyways, they love it. So, and then there's all the different pages, right? So anyways, that's one of the things that we do at Bowman Digital Media. We build, you know, new websites for folks. So if you need it, I'm proud of that one. That one's called West Bay Corporate. It's not done yet. It's still being built, but it's like 90% done. So I'm excited by that. I actually just had another client. She hasn't committed yet, but she's like, yeah, you're gonna build my site, but she hasn't sent in the order. So do you remember the van?
Stop, make it stop.
Well, I build these websites out for $2,000. So I'm excited because there's one, right? $2,000. And then I got the other lady who's ready to buy the other site built for $2,000. So here's what happened. We were going, remember this, was that 4 weeks ago now, right? Something like that.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Anyway, so we were headed up to the Bay Area on a drive, family in tow, all but the 2 oldest who are both in college, right? So there's 8 of us total in the car, us and our 6 kids that are here. So we're driving up. The transmission basically blew up, like dead in the water. So her parents came down to pick us up in Coalinga. We dropped it off at the mechanic in town. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this fixed for you. We had a couple options: brand new transmission, use a rebuilt transmission, but not our transmission, or rebuild our transmission. Well, the cheapest and fastest, because of that Texas storm that happened, was the rebuild, because the brand new ones were in stock, but they were in stock in Texas, and they didn't know when they were gonna. Yeah, we're getting to that, Bonnie. We didn't know when we were gonna get the transmission. So for cost savings and time savings, we went with the rebuild our transmission option. So my wife goes to pick up the van 2.5 weeks later, and it's not right. She says it's not right, but none of us believe her because what the hell does she know? She's not a mechanic, right? The mechanic says it's good.
He got back in and got on a drive and said, no, that's normal. It's just sort of sticking. And
that's what the mechanic told us. Okay. So she gets the car home. Now, she did have to drive 260 miles, in full disclosure, right? But he told us there was going to be a break-in period. So, and it should be about a month or two, is what he said. But when I called him back, he said, well, I didn't think about that you had to drive from here to LA. So it should be fairly well broken in by now. Why don't you go take it in to get a transmission fluid flush? That's what I was told. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm going to take it to the dealer because the dealer has all the right tools and this is already starting to be a problem. And my wife is worried. So let's just have the experts who work on these particular vehicles all day in and out. Check it out. So the guy goes, okay, I read it's going to be $400 for this because we got to pull the engine code and we got to do the flush, which he just like, you don't even have to do the flush, but you want me to do the flush. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, that's a lot of money, but whatever, because I just spent $6,000. So now I'm going to be at $6,400. I'm thinking, all right, but my wife will be happy and I can verify that everything's good. Well, I got a call back like an hour later and they go, I hate to tell you this, but we pulled the pan off to check the fluid and there is so much debris in there. There is no way that is just a normal burn off from the residue. There's a major problem, but we can't tell what it is from just looking at the pan. So we're going to actually have to pull your transmission out. And I say, well, that sounds expensive. How much is that going to run me? He goes, $2,000. And I go, good night.
Just to pull it out.
That's not to fix it. Right. That's not to fix it. That's just to identify what's wrong. He said, you know, realistically, you're probably going to have to spend a couple $100 in parts on top of that for depending on what we find. But when he pulls it off, he goes, hey, Fernando, we're from LA too. Nice to have you. So when he pulls it out, they call me back later that day and they go, we got bad news for you. The clips on the clutches were wrong and things shifted when she was driving that wouldn't normally shift in the way that they shifted. So they got burnt up and now we're going to have to basically replace all these parts. Oh, and by the way, half of the bolts holding the thing together that are supposed to be there are missing. So we don't think that
there was something about a pump or something too.
The pump wasn't changed out. Right. Forgot about that part. So anyways, short or long answer, but the long answer to your very simple question is the truck fixed? No. And it hopefully will be ready soon because we can't go anywhere without it because that's the vehicle that we use to drive everyone around. So we have a car. We do have a car. So we can go like to the store and stuff, but we can't go to the family. So we haven't been able to go to church or any of this stuff. Anyways, we're kind of stuck in the water. But when it's fixed, I'm looking at $4,200, I think.
It was 46.
Maybe it is 46. I have dyslexia. I mess up my numbers. Okay. So anyways, it's a lot.
So sorry to break it to you.
It's a lot of money. So motivated to do websites and stuff. So if you need one,
can we set up a GoFundMe?
Holler at your boy. No, I'm not setting up a GoFundMe. Get out of here.
I'm teasing. Don't anyone set up.
Don't send us money. No.
I was totally teasing.
But if you want to send me work, I'll earn it.
Yeah.
It's a whole other thing. So, but I'm excited. I got a couple new accounts. Yesterday I got a new account, and today I got a new account. So that's cool. So Bowman Digital Media is growing, and then, like I said, this other lady would be a new. I don't want to name the companies because you know what I mean. I don't know for sure, but well, anyways, I got some new accounts. I'm excited. Stellar Insight. I can talk about them. Stellar Insight signed up. That's Brad Smith. Familiar with him? He's a executive coach. He signed up for a social media package, and NSR. You know, Sarah Schroeder, she signed up, and I'm going to be doing their graphic design for them. So I'm excited to have them in the Bowman Digital Media client list. There we go. All right. So what's something good from Scentsy this past week? We want good news because that was a lot to digest.
Well, we just released our Easter collection. So
it's Easter already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Gotta get ready. So, I mean, it's not Easter yet, but
when is Easter this year? You know, sometimes it's like the beginning of March, and other times it's
April 9th.
So it's
something like
it's
that.
Towards the back.
Something like that. So we just released that. We have a new warmer, some scent collections, colored mini fan diffusers. So like Easter colored ones.
Is this all the stuff on the front page?
That's on the front page there.
Here,
and so one of the things I was going to show you is, so you see those little round little creatures, super cute.
These ones?
Yeah. So those actually got delayed. So those are going to be releasing Monday.
Oh, wait, are these the same things?
Yes. And I'm going to show you guys too. I don't have those specific ones.
Oh, it's not clickable yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you go to the Easter collection, you can see them a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
So it says out of stock. They actually just haven't released.
Oh, look at that. That's $10.
Yeah. They're only $10.
That's not expensive.
Cute little basket, not basket stuffers. It's like stocking stuffers. What is it? Basket fillers.
Basket fillers.
I don't know. Like I said, those have not released. So I don't have them. But I do have one of the Christmas ones we had, and
I'm gonna make it bigger so you can.
And so this is a sloth one.
They come in a little.
They come in a little container,
little tube.
And so this one was in black raspberry vanilla. Those are all in. I forget which scent they're coming in. Click on one, and it will tell us what scent they're coming.
Which one should I click
Just
on?
any of them. I think they're all in the same scent.
The ears are cuter.
Oh yeah, so rainbow sherbet. And so, yeah, smells super good, fruity. And what these are squishy. So they're like that foam inside. So if you need a good stress ball.
That's what I'm talking about. Go fund my van. No, we're not going to do that.
But yeah, so the kids all have these from Christmas, little stress type balls, but they smell good. So it's like therapy for you or your kids. I know some adults that have these around you.
All right. So what I'm going to do, if you guys are interested in this, I've got the banner up, but I'm actually going to put the link in the comments so that you can just click on it and make it easy. That's her Scentsy.
Yeah. So if anybody does want those, I will be putting an order in as soon as they release because they may sell out quick. The other thing, we've got so much going on Monday. Actually, I just found out another item that's happening. But we found out yesterday that Pua from Moana, the little pig, that little scent buddy is coming out. And the scent sounds amazing on it. It sounds sort of like a fruity, floral, tropical type scent. And you can get the scent bar in that. And we have a special garden. You're making me nervous.
She's nervous now. She's like, what is he about to do to me? This is our real life. If you want to know what we're really like off the camera, this is it right here.
So he does this to me in church sometimes. I do. Anyway, we have a garden collection. So scents like strawberry and basil and some other like herby and some fruity type scents. Really sound amazing.
You're making me hungry, bro.
And a special warmer that was created by pressing lavender into the warmer before they glaze it and all that. So I'll try to throw up some pictures on Instagram, or they're already on Instagram, but on LinkedIn. My Facebook already has them. So you can go to my Facebook page, go to Bowman Family. What is my Facebook? Bowman Scentsy Family Consultants or something like that.
I don't know.
Bowman Family Scentsy Consultants or something like that. I can't even think of my own business page. Or look me up, Alicia Bowman. I'm always accepting friend requests for the most part, unless you look like a creeper.
I think I just got a notice that our van is ready for $4,400. So how about that?
Yay!
I just have to read that a little bit more carefully. But he was trying to call me when I was on the show, and I didn't take the call. That was when I was on WBS Rocks. Anyways, there you go. There's the latest update.
Yeah, we got lots of great stuff coming on.
It looks like it's ready, and we can go get it tomorrow. That would be fantastic, because then we can go to church on Sunday. So, yeah. But I got to figure out how to get them the $4,400. What? Can I just use my debit card for that? That's all.
At a dealership? Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I'm sure they know how to.
It's not like Venmo with
right, the daily limits and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good news. Up to the date, you're finding out live, just like we do. This is how we find out stuff live on social media. Anyways.
Hey, honey, we're having a baby. Oh. Our family might find out that way.
Our family will find out that way, but I will not find out that way because no. That doesn't work for me. All right. So let's see. Tips. I'm going to tell a tip on if you own a website. I've been talking to a bunch of people about this lately, but it's a good tip, and I want to share it. So one of the things that happens behind the scene is your websites get indexed by the bots of Google. The AI bots will come and they will basically scan your website once a month. And when they're doing that, they're looking for all kinds of different things, like the type of content you have, the load speed, where is the content coming from, how many users have come to your site. Those are all things, and user experience, by the way, which is a newer one. And it's going to judge your website and give it a score. It's called a domain authority. And so you've got that score happening. But one of the ways that you can build up your keywords and your domain authority on keywords is to use them in written form. It could be like a blog, or it could be just information on a page. So there's a couple different ways to do it. So what I'm doing for myself and for my clients is I'm taking podcast appearances. I'm transcribing those audio files into written text. And then I'm posting those as blogs in blog form on websites. Now, the next time the bots come and do the index for my site, I have more content, but I also have the keywords, because auspiciously in your podcast, you're talking about the things that you want to rank for, right? And if you're not, then you just need to invite guests who will talk about what you want to rank for. So, you're using like the word marketing over and over again, or sales and selling and sale and account management, and all the different types of words that you would want to rank for to be found for, the topic of sales, right? So again, if you missed the tip is to take the blog appearances, transcribe them into written form, and then add them as a post in your blog. And then if you keep doing that for the words that you want to rank for, like for example, Bonnie was watching, I don't know if she's still watching, but Bonnie was watching, right? So for like Go Lids, if you want to be found for, the word like container, for example, or food industry, something like that on your website, what you would do is in your podcast, you would talk about it, which obviously you would do anyways with you and your guests, and then you would transcribe it. But you don't even have to do it on your own show. You could be a podcast guest. So you're making an appearance on other people's shows. All you have to do is go download the video and then have that transcribed. If you don't have a service that does that, that is one of the things that we could do for you at Bowman Digital Media. But we could get that audio transcription converted over into blog form. I was actually doing that for one of my clients, TCLC, just last night. So it took a podcast, was over an hour long, but we downloaded the audio, uploaded it to the transcription service, and they do the basic. And then I was assigning all the names, and I was adding in the backlinks and making sure all the typos were corrected. So anyways, that through all that process, then I sent the completed file over to her so she could take that and upload that on her blog so that she picks up all those keywords. So anyways, if you're not doing it, that's a way that's a tip for you to build up your SEO. I know that's a technical tip. I hope I didn't lose too many of you, but that's for your website. Any of you who own a website and run your own website, that's a way that you can build your authority up. Okay.
All right.
Let's do a tip for business to consumer.
All right. Well, I'll actually share a tip that I just did a video for my team on.
Booyah.
And so one of the things, actually this week, I've been trying to do more training. I've been in my own funk after lots of different things going on. So I'm like, okay, I need to.
She's motivated to make money because she doesn't want to see me stressed out about this 10 grand.
Maybe.
That's what it is.
And so I've been doing more training and stuff. And one of the things that I have heard, and then I realized I've sort of done this already in my life, but how fruitful it is, and it comes down to business cards. And so I was telling my team today that, you know what? You don't really need to bother buying business cards. That's going to shock some people. But one of the things that
you don't need a business card.
Yeah.
Please explain.
Yes. And so when you meet somebody, okay, whether you've talked about Sensi or your product or whatever, in my case, Sensi, or you're just building that connection, instead of giving a card, is getting them on your social media right away.
Boom.
So, hey, you know what? In our work, it's okay to look sort of stupid sometimes. And actually, it sometimes encourages people like, you know what? I don't have to be all together. to have my own Scentsy business, right? So it's like, oh, you know what? I am so bad. I don't have any catalogs on me, or I'm out of cards. Hey, here's my phone. Find you on social media, and I'll friend you, and I'll get you. I'll mail that to you, or whatever you want to say. Now, instead of them taking that card and never calling you back,
right,
forgetting who you ever were, maybe they're like, oh, where?
How do I know that lady?
I did meet somebody, and where's that information? Right? They're on your social media. So if they want to find you, they know where you're at. And the other thing is, like, even I would try to get somebody's contact information so I could follow up. You know what? Sometimes I'll give them a free sample, or all my samples are free, but a sample or a free product like a scent circle. And say, hey, try this out, and I'll follow up with you. And I get their cell phone and I text them, because I find that's how most people want to be contacted. And I don't hear back. I don't want to keep harassing this person. But if I'm on their social media, now they're seeing my stuff. We're connected. Whether they're even seeing Scentsy or not, they're seeing me. We're building a relationship, because once again, I am in a fragrance business, but I'm in a relationship business.
Yep.
And so those are the most important things. I'm not having to sell them right away, but they're seeing me. They're learning who I am. They probably don't even remember where they met me. I probably don't even remember where I met them, but we're going to build this relationship. And if they're interested in Scentsy, they're going to know, because I will post Scentsy. They'll see my life, how it's affected by Scentsy and my business and all of that good stuff. So I'm not against business cards, but you know what? I told my team, I said, you know what? Some of you guys aren't making a ton of money, right? You just started. You don't necessarily even have a team yet. And you know what? If you're going to spend $30, $60, $100, whatever it is, I don't remember the last time I bought business cards. I bought so many that I got plenty. So whatever it was, maybe there's a better way to use that money. And you know what? You'll probably feel better putting that money even in your pocket than buying business cards that are going to just be thrown out.
It's super smart for a couple of reasons. Okay. So look, if you give somebody a business card and you know the propensity is they're not going to call you, right? Or they're going to forget about you. I have business cards from people like that all the time. I meet, and I have good intentions at the time, but then what happens? Life gets busy and you forget.
And then you have boxes of business cards.
I have lots of cards. So here's the thing. I've seen my wife do it at shows. It's brilliant. Give me your phone. She's talking to them. Give me your phone. And she takes their phone and she makes it easy. She finds herself. She sends herself. So she's logged in as them on Facebook or whatever. And she sends herself a connection request from them. And now you're connected. And by the way, you could put in your phone number so you can add a contact, add your phone, add your email, add your website, all that stuff. So instead of having a business card where they got to copy it and they've got to do the work, you're doing the work for them. Now, even if they don't ever reach out to you, when they're in their social media feed, let's say Facebook, when you post, there's a chance that they will engage later. Like, oh yeah, I remember meeting you. But you know what I mean? You're going to put your post products. So that's MLM tip. That could work the same, guys, for business to business. It's a little less common that somebody at a meeting would hand you their phone, right? You're sitting in a conference.
And not everyone hands me their phone. But like in an event,
yeah,
I have a picture frame and it says join my VIP group, and it has the name of the VIP group. They can search it up, and I tell everyone, hey, you join my group today, and I get that request right then and there.
Yeah,
I'll give you a free scent circle.
Yep, you get
so
something.
Now it's not, oh, okay, I'll do that when I get home, because
they want to save the money right now.
Yeah, they want that scent circle.
There's a tip. Now I'm going to show you something that we can take the same idea and we can translate it. This can be MLM, or this can be, so business to consumer. This also could be business to business, like the world that I live in. So there's a couple things you may have heard of. There's SocialTap and there's Linktree. And I love both. I actually recommend you use both. They're a little bit different. But here I have, and I'm just actually going to make this a little bit bigger. So I have this where you can click on these. Now I'm on the wrong thing. So here, you can click on this. That takes you to my Instagram. That takes you to my Facebook. That takes you to my YouTube, my Twitter, my LinkedIn, my Pinterest. Why those? Because I'm big on all of those. I have 3,500 or so on Pinterest, 191,000 on LinkedIn. It's kind of embarrassing. 3,000 on Twitter. I think I'm at 8,500 on YouTube. Let's not talk about my Facebook channel because it's not very impressive. And Instagram, I think I'm like 14,600 at last check. But then also, look, I have a video. They actually can start the video right here. This can be on your phone or whatever, so I can put descriptions and blog articles. I can build this thing out. I could even put landing pages to my MLM on here. I can put anything I want. Now, Linktree works a little bit different, but it's more clean. I love how clean this is. But this could take you to any website you want, social media or regular. So if I want to come here, if I click this, this will take you to Bowman Digital Media. This will take you to my channel on YouTube and so forth. Bloomrock Partners, Joe the Finance Guy, Voice Express, all of them. They're all on here. So, and you can have as many of these as you want, by the way. You don't have to have just one. So you could have one for people that you meet, like parties or events or whatever. You can have some that are more professional, like if you're in the professional space and you want people only to see you on LinkedIn and your website, for example. So you can have multiple link trees free. And then if you want to have any like calendar invites or product purchase landing pages, you can do that. Now, those typically cost a little bit, just so you know. So there's a free version and a paid version. But that's the equivalent of giving somebody a digital business card, and you don't have to spend any money. And now they got access to everything. So instead of saying, well, let's connect on all these different platforms, you just send them a link tree or a social tab, and then they connect to all of it before they can find it everywhere.
So they can connect. See, I'm not on all that. So they can connect just on Linktree.
Yes. So you could put like in your email signature, you could say, find me everywhere on social media, and have that one link instead of having 17 different URLs that start to look really ugly.
Now you're actually connected on Linktree. So then
let me show you how it works.
All right.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how it works. Okay. So this is my Linktree. So let's say you get this Linktree. Now it's not showing the URL, but it's just Linktree/Ira Bowman, right? And that would be in my email signature. Let's say you want to connect with me on LinkedIn. So you would come here and go, okay, I want to connect with Ira on LinkedIn. This will take you to LinkedIn. And then now this is me, so I can't do anything.
But they still have to connect with you on all the different platforms.
Right. This is just so they don't have to search for you.
Okay.
That's what it really is. It's not an automatic connection. It's just a location, right? So if we come back to the, oops, I got to do it over here. So we come back and you say, okay, well, now I want to find him on YouTube. And this will take you to my YouTube channel, right? So I'm at 8,044 is what I got there, right? Social Tap, same idea. So Social Tap just make it views a little bit different. This is just using the icons. But let's say you wanted to go to my Instagram. So you just pop it open and there it is, right? 14.6 thousand is like I said, okay? So, Twitter is the same thing. Pinterest is the same thing. So it just takes you to all of them there. And then you can have your link, which takes you to bowmandigitalmedia.com. But here, even right now, see, like there, you can have blogs, you can have photos, you can have all kinds of different stuff on Social Tap. What I like about Social Tap is if you have products for sale and you don't have a website, you can actually do e-commerce through Social Tap for $6 a month. Did you hear what I just said? You have products that you want to sell. Maybe like I was talking to Stu Gerber. He has his own website. I didn't know that, but I knew he was into woodworking. I'm like, hey, if you don't have a website and you don't want to build out a website and maintain a website, but you just want to sell the products, you can load your pictures. You can accept payment through this Social Tap. That's one of the things Linktree doesn't do. So that's one of the differences between the two programs. But honestly, you can have a Social Tap and a Linktree for free. You can use it regardless. If you're business to business or business to consumer, it's a tool that you can use. And the idea is no different than, here's my phone, put your information in it and make it easy for you to find me. That's the idea behind it. So Social Tap is more graphic, right? For videos and for pictures and for e-commerce, it's an amazing tool. And Linktree is better for being clean, just a super clean. And the paid versions of both, there's upgrades. I don't pay for Linktree. Well, in full disclosure, I don't pay for Social Tap either. They gave me premium. They gave me premium for free because I interviewed the CEO on one of my shows, and they upgraded mine for free. But anyways, I have the premium version of Social Tap, so you'd have to pay to get some of the stuff that I have on there on mine. Anyways, you can read about it. It's $6 a month. That's the same price for either platform. That's their premium package is $6 a month. And it's truly month to month. You don't have to sign up for a year and then get a refund if you quit. They actually will just charge it monthly, which is kind of cool. So hopefully that's a tip that helps you guys. I've started putting my social tap in my Instagram because like for my Clubhouse, it ties to Twitter and it ties to Instagram. And because I do photos, people go to my Instagram more than they go to my Twitter. So I put in my link, my main link is my social tap because that then links to everything else. They can find me. Most people want to go straight from Clubhouse to LinkedIn, but for whatever reason, Clubhouse hasn't allowed that to happen. So that's a fast workaround is a link tree or a social tap.
Well, and I know that on Facebook, sometimes people's websites get blocked for whatever reason as well.
Like Project Help You Grow.
And some people's Sensies have gotten blocked and stuff. So I know people have done link trees and different things that they can still then post.
Yep. And the other thing that you can do if you ever get blocked on Facebook is use a Bitly.
Yeah, that was the other one.
Use Bitly. Bitly will take it was designed to take long URLs and condense them. That was the idea. But like Project Help You Grow, I haven't been able to post the URL Project Help You Grow, whether it's a blog, a job listing, or anything else, for a couple of years now. I got blocked by Facebook for some reason. Somebody reported it, I guess, or maybe I was doing too many posts. I don't know. But anyways, I haven't been able to do Project Help You Grow, and since Facebook will never, ever, ever respond to my requests, asking how I can get that straightened out, because Project Help You Grow, if you don't know, is a free service. It's a philanthropy that I offer 100% free for everywhere around the world. Job seekers can use it. Recruiters can use it. Employers can use it. I'm just connecting parties. So the job seekers connect to the people looking who have jobs to fill, and everybody wins, and it's free. So I don't know why it would be against community standards.
Well, here's a little tip. If you're going to share, like I rarely now share my Sensi website on my personal page.
Yeah.
If I'm going to share it, it has to be on my business page.
Yep.
And so then I do my business page and then share my business page post because they don't want it on your personal page.
But if you do want to share it, you share a Bitly.
Yeah.
They won't stop the Bitlys, I promise.
Yeah. So that's where I've heard that's what we found in our Sensi family is it's when you are posting your website on your personal page more than they want you to. And so, like I said, I'll put it in comments because I feel like maybe in comments it's safer. Like, okay, my website is in the link or in the comments.
So I have a question about LinkedIn. I don't understand the question, but I do have to tell you I can't get into LinkedIn coaching here on LinkedIn because I'm on LinkedIn Live and it's against the rules. But I'll tell you what, if you want to know how I do a lot of what I do on LinkedIn, you can even learn for free by visiting my website. It's irabowman.com. Put it here so you can click on that. And actually, let me put it over here. I should have put it on LinkedIn. Sorry, irabowman.com. I have some tips on there. You can hire me if you want, and I can coach you through it. Oh, it didn't. It's funny, it didn't like that for some reason.
It doesn't want you posting your website.
It doesn't like irabowman.com anymore either. But anyways, Ira Bowman is just my name. So if you don't know that, I don't know how you found me. But I'll give you tips on how I grew LinkedIn. The biggest tip for social media, it's not just LinkedIn, but it certainly works on LinkedIn, is treat people like people. Most people know me and like me, and so they support me. It's not that, they sought out somebody who could help them grow at this or that or whatever. They find out about the tips that I offer and they go, wow, it's actionable. And I try to explain things at the penny level, right? I'm not trying to use highbrow words. I'm not trying to speak over your heads and make you think I'm the smartest person in the room, because usually I'm not. But I do know a lot of things. I've been in the sales business for a long time, and I've been good at sales even before I started selling. I was one of those kids when I grew up, I knew I was going to be in sales, right? Like that's just the thing people tell me. And now I wonder if it was a compliment, because I know how people think about sales folks. But anyways, my wife was like, that's true. They've been insulting you for 40 years. Yeah, that's true. It really is. But anyways, most people don't think following the sales profession. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I'm not your typical sales guy, because I educate people. I figure out ways to help you accomplish your goals, and then I present solutions that do that. That's how I sell. I'm not trying to sell you something you don't need. I don't want you to buy from me if it's not the right product or service. That's what makes me a little bit different. But anyhow.
One of many things that makes you a little different, babe.
Yeah, my Q-tip, my buck teeth, the fact that, okay. So it's lunchtime earlier today. Oh, and I say, what's for lunch? And my wife goes, it's leftovers, right? So okay, cool. And then who said it? Was it Debbie? Somebody said, well, you could eat cake. I'm like, do I look like I eat cake for lunch?
Well, and he looks down at his stomach and
rubs
his stomach.
I did look down. That's probably my bad form on my part. But they all started laughing. Like, yeah, you look like you eat cake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, fatty.
I laughed more.
Yeah, defend yourself. Defend yourself.
Your reaction, because it clicked in your head. I saw that moment when you started doing that you're like, oh, yeah, what am I saying?
I probably do look like I eat nothing but cake.
So I saw that in your
now, in full disclosure,
reaction.
I've actually lost some weight. And if I'm going to eat dessert, it's going to be ice cream.
And it's going to probably be after the kids go to bed, not in the middle of the day.
Like I did last night. I seriously did. I had some ice cream. It was good.
Yeah, the kids like, we heard you. We heard you get dessert last night. Because they hear the clank of the bowl.
Well, if they would just go to bed, when they're supposed to instead of staying up, then.
Yeah, it's really bad when you got to take the whipped cream and go into the closet.
I don't do that.
I did that once.
I don't live in secret.
I literally did that once.
I don't live in secret.
Like, the kids are going to be like, I heard you get ice cream and whipped cream.
I'm not afraid of my kids. It is what it is. All right. So we're at that point where we start telling about our shenanigans. So I just broke the ice. But what are we telling them about? You got pictures?
I've got the couple things.
Oh, you got that? No, really? You found that thing?
I found it.
Dang. All right. I'll let you run. So,
well, I got this too, which I couldn't find the picture before we cut it down. But do we want to save that and just do this one? I don't know.
No, we can do both. That's fine. We got time. All right, so you want to let's do the Christmas tree first.
Okay, so we actually told the story about us going out for Chinese food not too long ago, and I am almost 100% sure it was the same night we went and got our Christmas tree.
Was that? I thought the Asian food was in California.
No, that was in Ohio.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
No, and it was in Westchester area in Ohio. So
it was a funny story. You should go back and watch it if you didn't see it. That's worth the watch all by itself. It's pretty good.
So we had gone out.
Do I look like I eat cake? Breakfast? Yeah. Ask them.
Yeah. So we went to get our Christmas tree. Now, we had just moved from California to Ohio. Okay. Cost of living across the board is a lot less. Okay. Christmas tree in California was like $100 for this dinky little thing. We get there and we're like, look at these trees. And our eyes got big. As for $40, we could get this huge tree.
We were high rolling, bro.
Yeah. So we buy this tree. We're like, this is amazing. It's big and tall and full. And so we get it in. And now this is after. But we get it in and I'll show the picture.
Now, first of all, it was really let's tell the story straight. Now maybe you don't remember this part. We struggled to get this sucker in the door.
Oh yeah.
It was so big. The circumference around was so big that we were like, how are we going to get this in? We were pushing and pulling and it was, okay.
And then we had to go upstairs right away too.
Yeah. So we had one of these houses where you walk in and there's a landing, but then you got to decide right away, okay, I'm going up or down. I forget, they call that bi-level home?
Yeah, it's bi-level. Yeah. So we get it in. We can't get it up. This thing is way too tall for our ceiling.
You got to be careful how you say all this, but.
Okay. But, gosh.
Strap it on.
We couldn't
stand it up. It wasn't going to be erect, but she didn't want to use that word. But we could. So once we got it through the doorway, we got it up the stairs, no problem. We got it in our little living room, which is little for our standard. But standing the thing up, it was too tall.
Yeah. So we couldn't. But not only was it too tall, this thing it was sort of a narrow area. It was way too wide.
Yeah.
So now we have this huge tree that we
reference the circumference. I was talking about getting it in the door. I mean, this thing was was gigantic.
And so here's a picture of it after.
Look at it. Look how fat it is, right? Like it's not the normal Christmas tree shape. And again, we cut, I think, the bottom 1.5 feet, if I remember.
We cut a ton off.
Yeah, it was like 1.5 feet that we trimmed off.
And we had to cut the sides in because I don't know if you could see in this picture. There's a cabinet to the one side, and then you don't really see it, but our TV was right on the other side.
It's back before they had flat TVs, everybody.
And I think we had to pull the TV out a little bit too because how we were situated, like we weren't going to be able to see the TV. And so we got this huge tree. We were so excited about it. And then we're like, oh, crap.
We could have saved money. We could have saved money and bought the smaller one because you know they do that at the Christmas trees, right? Like they got the different levels. So you spin like top shelf, baby. We're going all in. Yeah. Splurging $40.
Our eyes were bigger than our living room at that time. So, yeah, that was just sort of funny. I remember
that's the Christmas
you were so irritated having to cut, and we just had to keep cutting. We cut off a little more, and I was like, nope, we got. And then we didn't have the best tools for all that stuff either.
And I think we had to figure out the Christmas tree holder too, if I remember right. It was
well, and I don't know if you can see. We have this train that fits on our Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's so whenever people come over to our home for Christmas, it's the one thing we know they're going to comment on. Like it's been this way for 20 years now.
Yeah. So there's a thing that attaches to the base of the tree, and then there's these spokes that hold this support system for the train track that goes all the way around the tree. If you can see, it's like I don't even know that we could even run it that year because it was so.
You got to look a third of the way down. There's that black like circle. It looks like it could be a ribbon or something.
Sort of around the.
That's a train track.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous. So that was one of the stories we've been talking about.
Yeah. Now my wife wants to show you. Okay, now keep in mind that I get paid to do graphic design for a living. So she wants to show you some of my hand skills. Like, you want me to come out and draw you a picture? No, you're probably not going to want to after you see this, but it is what it is.
So we went to this marriage.
Oh, you're going to show yours too? Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
this is even better.
And I think I remember the story correctly. And if not, it's okay. It's how it happened because that's how I'm going to tell it.
Right.
So we're at this marriage retreat and we get these booklets, and on the front,
they're workbooks. You know what I mean? Like
just fell out. Whatever. And so on the front, there's a picture of a couple. Okay, but it's like just that.
Oh, I forgot.
Shading.
I put that on there. Wow,
yeah. There's just sort of a shading. You can sort of see here. Maybe.
No, you got to turn it. There you go.
Oh, yeah. There.
This is going to be good because we're not even going to be able to see how crappy my picture is.
So there's shading. Okay. Now this is mine. Okay. So I actually added the detail of the face and the neck.
She has filled in the detail.
Yeah. And so
it was just like a shadow cartoon.
Yeah. And so he's bored.
Oh, it was boring.
And so
let's be real. We're at a Catholic marriage retreat, and I was not Catholic.
Yeah. And neither of us are. I'm not practicing Catholic anymore either. But anyways, we're at this retreat, and so he starts doodling.
Doodle.
And
what's the harm?
He's gonna make his picture come to life here, guys. Okay.
I'm bringing it to life, baby.
And so he draws this. Okay, I drew mine because I started laughing at this picture.
Oh, she laughed.
Then he's like, "Well, I'd like to see you do better." So
what are you gonna do?
So this was mine.
Yeah. Whatever.
And so I added some facial features and whatever. Here's his.
She's doing all this just to embarrass me. Now look at the face. The lady's face is wonderful. Love Ira, right? Like, no, she doesn't. But I want you to notice the shirt. Like, that's the days when I was still in Beta Theta Pi. And what does it say? I love the Raiders. Oh, I mean, Alicia. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Look at.
Hey, I had Nike shoes
look
on.
At that face. That's what
My life was so much different back then. Look, I got Nike shoes on, bro.
Yeah, that's what his beloved looks like. I look like a monkey or
no, it's
something.
like a pumpkin. It's like a pumpkin face.
I mean, what is that?
I don't know.
And look at your nose, even. Oh my goodness, it is awful.
First of all, I think that's awesome. And look, even Jason's saying, "Dude."
No, he's like, "Dude."
No, it's 3 exclamation marks. That's like good.
No,
that's not bad.
No,
Jason, back me up, bro.
No, that's awful. So we laughed.
We did.
We
did.
Was class in the session
I
and
don't
you're
know.
laughing
Maybe.
hysterically? I don't remember.
I didn't really care
I mean,
about
it was 21 years ago now, but right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 21. Yeah. I'm starting to lose track of time, but
we had this class before we got married.
yeah. So it's just amazing. His let's just one more time.
I'm just impressed by all the details. Now wait a minute, hang on. I want to show some of the details. We got Nike shoes. Okay, Nike shoes there. I got the Beta Theta Pi, y'all. Beta, what's up? And then it says Raiders, of course. I got glasses. I got hair coming out of my chest because well, let's just face it, I'm Chewbacca. And then, I mean, it says I love Ira.
I think you added the hair after the fact. When it was getting so good, you're like, here, hold on, let me add a little hair.
I don't know, bro. I think that's pretty good. I mean, I got all kinds of details. So,
and is that like an acid wash on your jeans, or
I
what?
think it is because it was the 90s, sort of. Yeah.
1999.
I'm wondering if I got any more pictures in here. I mean, maybe
there might be some love letters in there.
There is because it was an assignment.
Wow. Did you all hear that? Did you all hear that?
Number 9 says, "If all else fails, get naked."
That was one
good.
of the tips we took away from our marriage retreat.
That's like good.
That's why we have so many kids. Is they told us then.
Yeah.
When you're in a disagreement.
She's angry all the time, so I get naked a lot. Just kidding. Really kidding.
So.
No, it doesn't look like there's any more. I mean, there's pictures, but they're not mine. We had GTMB back then.
Oh yeah.
Boom, gets in my belly. Again, why we have 8 kids.
Yeah. Wait, so what is his? Let's see. Okay. Thank God the American Art Institute is not counting on you for the future of art. Yeah. See.
Wow. And I thought you were my friend.
It's a dude, not dude. Like, yeah.
Okay,
buddy.
but I fully admit to everybody that I will make you I'll make you great graphics on my computer, but don't ask me to hand draw. No, I don't even do mock-ups. You know what we call stenciling? I don't stencil out by hand because I'm not good at it. So I probably would be better at it today than I was back then, but because I'm more patient.
I mean, people are hard to draw. I'll give you that.
Well, and I wasn't drawing. It's not like I drew that. But you know, it's funny. I mean, here's a true story. Even as a kid, I could take an Etch-a-Sketch. Where like most people could like hand draw something and have it look pretty good. I was never good at that. But I could take an Etch-a-Sketch and make it on an Etch-a-Sketch and make it look better than most people could hand draw. So from a very early age, I knew that, you know, coloring and painting and drawing were not my.
That's why you married me.
Not my thing. Yeah.
So we could even each other out there.
Yeah, I'm not good at stick figures, Jason. I'm just. Again, I'll make it for you on a computer. Computer-aided design, no problem, but not by hand, not me. I will never be an artiste that way. So now I'm glad you all know that I am not good at art, at least not that kind. That's why I take videos and make photos and graphics. So that's my space.
There's lots of different mediums, babe. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll still.
I'm not going to feed the family by drawing. And I'm not going to feed the family by being.
I can draw, and I'm not feed our family by drawing.
I'm not ever going to be a model, and that's okay. It is kind of funny. It makes me laugh every time I go to the dentist. A new one. They go, you know, we could fix those teeth. And I'm like, for what? Like, at this point, what's the point? If you give me a health reason, I would think about it. But if we're just talking about for vanity's sake to have a better looking smile, nah, I'm good. I got this thing.
It's your signature, babe.
I got the warmer and I love it.
Oh, good.
That was the cowboy one?
Mm-hmm. The Dallas Cowboys.
Nice.
I was able to hook them up.
The Raider one's better, but that's fine. America's team. Anyways, Cowboys. People always tease me about when's the last time the Raiders won a Super Bowl? I'm like, when's the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl? I mean, you know, they don't expire. They're good forever. That's the whole point of winning them. You know. Anyways, I digress. Sports.
You get passionate there.
I love sports. This one? I can make wood dance. Yeah, here we go. But I sure can't draw. Exactly. Stu, you get me, bro. This guy makes beautiful woodwork. His woodcrafting stuff is amazing. But can't draw either. It's okay.
It's okay. It's all right. We all embrace our skills and our deficits, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's things that all make us unique. Like, I mean, I'm pretty good at what I do, but
we're really good at making babies, and they're cute. We make good looking babies.
we make bad behavior babies.
Yeah.
But they look good.
Well, no, I don't know that they come out.
Oh, we ruined them. Well, you know why we have 8? In full disclosure, to wrap the show up, we have 8 because we're trying to have a good one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, eventually, we're gonna get really good at this parenting thing, and we're gonna have.
No, it's just I think
not how it works.
It's gone downhill.
It's gone downhill. Each and every one has gotten a little worse. You know what? They mimic the bad behavior.
I blame the older ones. I really do. Yeah. I'm like, you taught them.
Yeah.
You taught them to be this way. So you weren't this bad. So obviously it wasn't my. Like the older ones used to go to bed.
They used to. They used to be afraid of me.
The older ones, I remember babysitters coming over and saying, "Wow, your kids went to bed so easily. The last 3."
No.
And actually, even little Ira at that time, he would climb himself up into the crib. All we had to say was bedtime, and he would crawl into. Now they're running around.
He was a spider monkey. Like that kid, I thought was going to kill himself.
Yeah, he was the only one I think that climbed in and out of his crib.
Yeah, like crib was not a prison for him.
Yeah. But
anyways, all right. Well, we're overtime.
All right. Do I get paid overtime?
Yeah, you can have double what I paid you for the hour. Okay, like you want a raise? I'll give you a 30% raise. How about that?
Oh wow!
But you're gonna get a van as soon as I pay for it.
Yay!
Yay! I get to listen to the voicemail. So we'll update you next week. What are we going to tell next week? We told the Christmas tree story and we told the marriage retreat.
I don't know. I might have to, go through some more of those pictures. I had to go out into those boxes. I might have to go dig up some goodies or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure we got something.
We got stories.
One
thing that we were going to do, which we didn't do, we could do pictures from our childhood.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've got some 6th grade pictures.
We're not getting into those.
Oh.
Of you, maybe.
No? We don't want to?
Actually, I don't have those here. Those were at my parents' house. Oh, sorry. Can't get those.
We have them digitally, baby.
Yeah, you're going to contact my parents and have them send, "Hey, Dad."
No, I could just put them up on the screen. I was just going to share a screen on those.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying you get those digitally from my dad.
Yeah. There are pictures that I don't want people to see either. I don't know. I used to think I was good looking as a kid, but I look back at some of those pictures and go, whew.
See, I was never in denial. I knew it was bad. And I hoped it would get better.
You know what? Some of it is just the styles, though, right? It's like.
No, it wasn't the styles. It was just me.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Oh, goodness.
So,
from Texas.
Yeah, from Texas. Anyways, yeah, we're about to bounce. So for those of you who are watching, thank you for watching. We'll be back again next week. They won't cancel us, I don't think. So we'll be back next week. We don't know what we're going to talk about specifically, but every show, if you're wondering what the heck is 8 is Enough all about, it doesn't give it away in the title. It's a spoof title. It's a funny title because we have 8 kids. So 8 is enough because my wife doesn't want me to put another bun in the oven. So that's really what that is. And I have a hashtag Strive for 9. But the show is about a few things. It's about sales and marketing. We talk about business to business, and we talk about business to consumer. We talk about MLM, multi-level marketing, because a lot of people have an incorrect notion of what MLM is. They think it's to do with a pyramid scheme, which is not MLM. Pyramid schemes are illegal, and you've heard of MLM companies that have been around for decades, like Avon. My mom, my grandmother, my aunt all sold Avon. Tupperware, one of my
Mary Kay's been around.
Yeah, Mary Kay's been around a long time. So Pampered Chef, we had Stu's wife Allie on Pampered Chef, and Epicure. I'm not saying Epicure. Yeah, and my wife does Scentsy. So we talk about it. We give tips on it. Usually she does a product review. Tonight we did the little buddy things, whatever they're called.
Now I got to get it out.
Yeah. What's it called? Bitty Buddy.
Bitty Buddies.
All right.
So they're
very cute.
little squishy guys.
Yeah.
And they smell good.
Yeah.
So little stress balls.
So anyways, we do a different product every time. And then typically we tell an anecdotal story, which I like to call shenanigans. So we do that. And typically we tease the next story, but we're at the point now where it's like we're gonna have to start thinking a little bit harder about what story to tell. Like, for example, we could tell the 5-year story where it was a running. Well, I don't want to get into it, but we could tell the 5-year story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good one. So maybe we'll do that next week. So 5 years.
No, that's not really a long story though. It's just sort of sad.
But we can explain it. That would be kind of funny. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or maybe we'll do something else. But anyways, that's the one I'm thinking of doing. So anyways, watching from Ghana, thank you so much for tuning in. We're actually just wrapping up here. So we hope you'll find us again next week. But we certainly appreciate you watching from West Africa. That's super cool. And if you don't know about Project Help You Grow, Project Help You Grow has jobs that listings and advice to help you with your job search in West Africa and all over the world, everywhere, all over the world. So I'm proud about that. So anyways, my name is Ira. This is my wife, Alicia. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining us here on 8 is Enough. BowmanDigitalMedia.com.